Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video, back for a brand new episode of What Flick Will Pauly Pick. I've got the bin, I've got the tin rather. We're going to try the ping and pick out a piece of paper. That doesn't rhyme, but I really don't care. So let's find out what I'm going to watch this week.
What Flick Will Pauly Pick?
Okay, so we have the bin, the tin. There's the ping. What are we going to pick out? It's all been mashed up. Let's pick something out. Okay, I've got a piece of paper here. Right, what can it be? It looks like it's a really small one. Not sure who's in this. Is it Steve Carell? I'm not sure. It's called Welcome to Marwen. I can't remember, but anyway, let's go and pluck it off the shelf. Okay, so we're over here in the bedroom. So thankfully, most of it is in alphabetical order. So there it is. There it is. There she blows. Yes, I was right. Steve Carell, from the director of Forrest Gump. Okay, looks interesting. Right, let's go and put it on. Okay, so Welcome to Marwen. Yes, Steve Carell, directed by Robert Zemeckis. This was a bit of a weird one, but it was really entertaining, very clever, and almost unique. Yeah, this is about a guy, Mark Hogenkamp, and it's based on a true story as well, who, after getting involved in a argument in a bar, he gets the crap kicked out of him by a group of blokes outside the bar, and almost within his life, he spends time in hospital. His memory is completely gone from that moment, and I think this happened back in 2000. And as a way of dealing with tragedy and a way with dealing it psychologically, Mark photographs dolls. Now, he used to be a really good artist, but unfortunately, when he got the crap kicked out of him, he can no longer draw. So he takes his art form and photographs dolls, you know, like Action Men type of doll, Barbie, that type of thing. And I think psychologically, he acts out those photos in his head. Of course, we see them coming to life. So, you know, he takes photographs, and then all of a sudden you've got a big action scene with a lot of scantily clad women in the 1940s, because the doll section of it is based around World War II, and it's this small little town supposedly called Marwen. It's kind of like a little French quaint town with a bar and a hotel and that kind of thing. And each of the women, kind of like of the resistance type of thing, are represented. They represent a person that Mark has in his life, whether it be Gwendolyn Christie, who's a carer who comes once a month, or you have the woman that works in the local hobby shop. So each each person represents a character that comes to life through these dolls. Of course, they only come to life in his head, but we kind of get to see what he's thinking and how this all connects. And there are a lot of Nazis. The baddies, the Nazi soldiers in the film represent the attackers. And I thought that was a neat little way of bringing in some bad guys. Across the road from Mark, a new neighbour moves in, and Mark kind of starts to get kind of like romantic intentions with this woman, and who creates a doll for her and photographs the doll. There is also kind of like an evil witch that's always telling him to do things and kind of influencing him in his head. Yeah, so it's a story about recovery. It's a story about losses of memory. It's a story about trying to move on when you've been damaged and trying to put the past behind you, but being difficult because you can't remember anything past that date when you was attacked. Very interesting at the end when this evil witch instructs him to build a time machine, and all of a sudden it turns into Back to the Future. There is a beautiful little nod to Robert Zemeckis' Back to the Future. The time machine that he builds, yeah, that's the DeLorean. That's very similar to the DeLorean. And you even hear the sounds of the time circuits and the flame streaks as it goes into the future. But I thought it was a really good film. Really good, really touching, well acted, and very unique. Unfortunately, this flopped. This flopped big time when it came out. I think it was 2018 maybe, I'm not sure. But unfortunately, it didn't do anything at the box office. But I've got to say that the stop motion figures, and I'm sure they use CGI for the faces, was perfect, was fantastic. And I wouldn't mind seeing an entire film just set around these characters. You know, don't even need to bring in Steve Carell, just like a spin-off. Obviously, it will never happen because the film flopped big time. But I thought it was really good, really well told, heartfelt story. And I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so there we go. So that is Welcome to Marwen. The sound was good. There was lots of machine gun action, bombs, rocket launchers, car chases from the dolls. Not from Steve Carell. But as I say, it's a very unique film. And it is kind of a Robert Zemeckis film. You can see this is the type of film that suits Robert Zemeckis. Only he could have pulled this off. But yeah, there we go. That is Welcome to Marwen. How would I rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10 Nazi action men. Because, as I say, it's really unique, well acted. Steve Carell was fantastic. The dolls were incredible. Even their articulation, you know, even taking their arms off. So I thought it was really good. Yeah, so 7 out of 10. Okay, so there we are. Another What Flick Will Pauly Pick done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up. Blah, 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 blah. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. And I'll see you on the next video very soon. Bye-bye.